You ready? Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, good evening and happy Wednesday. So glad that you have all taken time out of your schedule tonight to be with us. So welcome. My name is Stephanie Kreun, and I have the privilege of doing this presentation this evening with Marilyn Moser from Iowa. And I've recently been able to get to know her. So I'm really excited about you all listening to her very beautiful story. And just to kick off and get started, I want to tell you a little bit about myself, and then I'm going to go right into our presentation. So I am the mom of three boys. I live in Chandler, Arizona, originally from Illinois, so Midwestern girl. Um, and I guess always at heart, right? And so how did I get here, and how did I find LifeVantage? Well, I really do believe that LifeVantage finds you. So if you're here tonight, I want you to know that there's a purpose and a reason that you are here. And just really be open-minded and embrace it and learn. We are going to go fairly quickly, and we're going to give you a lot of information. I spent 15 years as a pharmaceutical sales rep, specifically working in digestive disease and health. I use the word health loosely when you're a pharmaceutical rep. I mostly was in the sales part of that, but I did learn a lot, you guys, and I'm really grateful for the time that I had, because it really made me realize what I didn't want to do. Any of you ever lived that life where you lived it and you were doing something and all of a sudden you realize this is not what I'm meant to do. This is not my purpose. So I was a part of a big layoff, a corporate layoff in 2010, and I found myself home. And during that time, we were also were able to bring home our third child. So I'm the mom of three boys, and our third actually came home to us from the foster care system. So that all kind of happened at the same time, a layoff, and then boom, you now have another baby in your house too. So it was a little bit wild and crazy, and it's been a really super fun ride. But at that point in time, I really got to touch base with what is it, Steph, that is your purpose, and what do you want to do? And I have a heart and passion for helping people, and my degree is in nutrition. So I went back to school for a more holistic look at what the body does and how nutrition can help it. And that's what I've been doing for almost the past 10 years, is working in the world of nutrition and wellness. And I was introduced to LifeVantage and thought, how did I never hear about this before? So if you're sitting here and you're going, I've never heard of this before, I've been in your shoes. And the good news is that you're going to get a big overview tonight. And like I said, we're going to go pretty quick. So just buckle up, take notes, and the person that invited you, just make sure you get all of those questions answered. So I'm not able to move my screen. Oh, there it goes. I am now. So I'm sorry, it's not moving. There we go. So we're talking tonight about flipping a switch, which I think is really super fun, right? We're talking about flipping something on. And the conversation that we're really going to have is around our genes and the fact that we have an opportunity to influence our genes, which is really very exciting to know that we have that opportunity. What this is called is the field of nutrigenomics. And really, I love, and I'm so passionate about nutrition and about how that has an opportunity to change the genetic expression. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And you guys, on a daily basis, we're literally being hijacked. And that comes in the form of a lot of different things, right? We have the foods that we're eating, the air that we're breathing. You walk outside your door, and even inside our home, our air is not good quality, unfortunately. So we are breathing in, we're ingesting pesticides, chemicals. It's, even the relationships that we have with people, personal, at work, that can be stressful, and that has an impact at a cellular level on our body. And then as much as I love Zoom, and we've all been doing a lot of it in the past year, right? And as much as we've been communicating tightly with our friends and our family, the EMFs of our environment is also really harmful to our bodies. And we need to be aware of it, and we need to know that we have an opportunity to impact it. I was just reading something yesterday specifically about the chemicals of the world that we live in, and they're now finding in pregnant women as well as in the unborn children that there's 50 new chemicals being introduced. That is an astronomical number to me, because we already have over 200 or 80,000 chemicals that have been introduced into our environment since the Industrial Revolution. That's mind-blowing to me. So we are really being bombarded on a daily basis. And this is our world that we live in. It's not going to change. Like I said, I read a new study yesterday saying 50 new chemicals have been introduced. That's going to be our reality moving forward, is the introduction of new chemicals. Unfortunately, we're not going to go backwards. But what we can do is we have an opportunity to slow down that process. So the all of everything that our body is going through is literally just kind of shutting us down. And I like the analogy that we use of dimming the lights. What does it feel like when the lights are dimmed? You guys have dimmers in your house. When you walk in a room, you want to kind of close it down a little bit, right? So what does that feel like? We have a decreased immune system, the fogginess, mental clarity just not there. Our energy is not there. We're feeling sluggish and run down. We could be grumpy. We just lack the motivation. Like, I know I need to do this, but I just don't have the energy and the motivation to do it. And then what's our responses like to the stress that we are encountering on a daily basis, right? Are we handling that in the best way? And then just that constant feeling of, I just don't feel my best. I feel fatigued. Well, you guys, we have an opportunity to impact that, those feelings, that emotions, and the way that we're living our life every day. So what is happening inside of our body, and why are switches being turned off, and why is the light dimming? We're going to talk about 3 theories today. The first one is oxidative stress. The second one is your mitochondrial decline. And then the third one is the decline in sirtuin activity. So we're going to first go into oxidative stress. And the beautiful part of oxidative stress is that there's a whole lot of science on it. And so I'm just going to do, like I said, just a brief overview of what it is. And I want to put the ball in your court and ask you to go and do the work and the research on it. So I was reminded of the apple today. My son, for lunch, I cut him up an apple, I set it on his plate, and just being a 10-year-old kid, he wanders off, right? And when he comes back, I'm like, come back and eat your apple, come back and eat your apple. And when he comes back, he goes, oh, it's brown. And we visually, we eat first with our eyes, right? And we make a decision if we want to take a bite, a lot of times based on how it looks. He doesn't want to take a bite. Why? Because it's been sitting on the counter. And what's happened? It's oxidized. This is our body's natural. This is what our body naturally goes through internally at a cellular level. So, what do we do to combat that? We take antioxidants. So, that's in the foods that we eat. The more colorful our foods are, the more antioxidants we're getting in our body. But what I'm here to share with you tonight is something new. It's called NRF2 activation. It's a pathway that we all have in our bodies. And so Protandim, NRF2, made up of 5 herbs, synergistically work together to turn on and flip on the switch inside of your body to get your body making its own antioxidants. Well, that's a way better way of attacking this oxidative stress than actually taking a lot of antioxidants. So what the studies have found when they looked at Protandim NRF2 is that oxidative stress is lowered by 40% just in 30 days. And you guys, it's a natural product. It has a cumulative effect. You stay on it, you keep taking it, and that 40% then increases and the oxidative stress comes down even more. Now, there are a lot of studies that are out there on Protandim and on oxidative stress. One of the studies that I loved was by Washington State University, and they looked at the NRF2 pathway. And what they said is that that pathway is the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of medicine. You guys, this is powerful information that you are learning about tonight. It's something that not everybody knows about. And when you learn about it, I don't know how you could say no to it, because I want the cutting edge on my health. And that's what this is. It's cutting edge. So what does it look like for the antioxidant production that's happening currently in your body? Well, when we're kids, we're a pretty good level, right? And that drastically declines as we age. That's the aging process. But when you activate that NRF2 pathway in your body with Protandim, now we get to level off what the oxidative stress is doing. So now we're allowing the body to produce those antioxidants just like when we were a kid. So if you haven't seen the ABC investigative report, I want to encourage you to watch it. Get with the person that invited you to watch this webinar and make sure your eyes see what happened to John Quiones when his blood was taken. And he was able to reduce his oxidative stress down to the level of a newborn child. You guys, that's so powerful to think that we have the opportunity to bring those levels down, because we know that oxidative stress is at the root of every single chronic illness and condition that's out there. You don't believe me? Go to pubmed.gov and look it up for yourself. You can look up oxidative stress and you can see there are so many studies that are linked to so many chronic illnesses. And who are the studies by? Check out all these names coming across this screen right now. There are so many institutions and universities that have actually studied oxidative stress, but then specifically, they actually looked at protandem because they were studying it. And protandem, when the ABC investigative report came out, these universities and institutions were like, wait, what? We're studying oxidative stress. We need more information about that. So they actually contacted LifeVantage and got their hands on protandem and did studies. That's huge. These studies were not done or funded by LifeVantage. They were actually funded by the universities, not on our dime, but on their dime. Why? Because that's the power of the product that we have. And if they can take an all natural product and reduce oxidative stress in all of these chronic illnesses, reduce oxidative stress by 40%, there's power in that. So I encourage you to go to pubmed.gov and look it up yourself and do your own research. Being a pharmaceutical rep for so many years, that was something I've never seen before in a supplement. You can see ingredients that you can look up that have been studied, but never an actual product. So that's really powerful. Okay, so number 2, we're going to the second pathway that I want to talk to you about, and it's the mitochondrial function. So the best way to really talk about this is, you guys, you have your cell phone, right? This happened to me today. In the middle of a text, boom, pop up, low battery, you need to charge it. That's so super frustrating, right? Well, you guys, that's a great comparison of our cells. Low batteries need to be charged. We need to plug in. So when you take NRF1, protandem NRF1, we're finding that mitochondria is being stimulated. It's healthy. What is mitochondria? It's cellular activity. It is the engine of the cell. It's the plug-in. It's the battery being charged on your cell phone. So again, 5 herbs are making up the NRF1. So now we're having healthy mitochondria. We have better energy. With this NRF gene, when that switch is flipped, it's now increasing the mitochondrial production by 70%. So now the inside of your cells are revved up, they're fully charged, and you are feeling the great energy that you deserve to feel on a daily basis. Good sleep, ATP production. ATP is at the base of our activity, of our energy production. We don't have ATP being produced, we don't have energy. So that's the power of activating the NRF1 pathway. Third pathway, sirtuin. You guys, we're talking about a molecule called sirtuin, and we're activating an NAD pathway. We have to have sirtuins to survive. Unfortunately, again, as we age, their sirtuin activity decreases. So now we're turning on the NAD pathway with 4 herbs that synergistically work together. And the power of these 4 herbs it's amazing what it's doing for this pathway and for sirtuin activity. We're now really getting that sirtuin activity within 24 hours to 100% activity. Unheard of to be able to do this. We try to achieve it with intermittent fasting, which we do a pretty good job with it, but you cannot get to the level that we can get when we actually take NAD. So here's the information here. It increases to 100% in 24 hours. So let's review the 3 pathways and the 3 switches that we have the opportunity to turn on. We have the sirtuin pathway. Okay, so that's anti-aging. We have the mitochondrial pathway. That's the intracellular. That's charging the battery. And then we have the oxidative stress, which is decreasing the inflammation in the body. That is the 3 products that we're talking about cleaning up and getting our cells rejuvenated. So let's take a look at what the power of the 3 have to do. So for NRF2 is the flagship product by LifeVantage, and It's amazing. And we've had really great results with so many people with NRF2. But I want to take a moment to show you that the power and the synergy of the three products together. So we're talking about this antioxidant detoxification gene. And Protandim turns it on by 40%, but you can see with the synergy of the three together, we're increasing to 73%. Let's talk about the inflammatory response that's inside of that we have the opportunity to switch on. With Protandim and NRF2, we get there by 50%. For your mind to be blown? With the three of them together, we are going to 838%. Like that number just like blows my mind. Why would I not take all three products together? There's no reason. I do. And then let's talk about a couple other of the pathways. We have the NRF1. Again, we're talking about turning on that mitochondria and making them healthy. We are increasing that percentage to 118% when we do the three of them together. And then there's sirtuin pathways. Look at these numbers here, you guys. The synergy of it together, we're going from 12% all the way up to 127 and 228%. Again, powerful taking NRF2 by yourself. But really, we're talking about up leveling that health and getting to a whole new level of living your life, right? Living our best life. So my question to you is, are you ready? Are you ready to flip the switch? I was a yes right when I saw the ABC investigative report, because you know what, you guys, I want to live my best life. I want to have a great mood. I want to be more motivated. I want to live my best lives at my best life. I don't have more than one life, just one. I want to live my best life as I'm aging. So that's that longevity and vitality and mental focus and concentration and physical activity. I want to rock my workouts. I want my mental energy to be on and be there. And I want my inflammation to be as low as possible. And I want every fighting chance in the environment that I live in to just live my best, because it's just junky right now around us. And again, like I said, it's not getting any better. So this is what it looks like to activate your life and to live an activated life. You can get the three products in bottles. I specifically really like the packets, and I like them because I'm all about convenience and compliance. I find that the more work, especially with my clients, right? I just know this from coaching clients, the more work and the more that I have to have them do, which is opening three bottles, the less compliance I get. But with a pack that they split right open and all three products are in there, I get better compliance. So that's what I highly recommend for each of you, is to go straight for the packs and get your body activated with the three: NRF1, NRF2, and NAD. So now I'm going to pass it over to Marilyn, and she's going to share one of our newest products with you, the Daily Wellness.
Oh, thank you so much, Stephanie. This information just blew my mind when I first heard about it as well. And what we do in LifeVantage is we do have a proactive approach to aging and to immunity now. And so with so many people looking at taking things like zinc and vitamin C and vitamin D and elderberry and fermented yeast, we just knew that this would be a great time to promote a proactive approach. We call it 5 to Thrive. In this brand new drink, tastes amazing. It tastes like a berry tea. And I've been actually using it now since early February, and just brand new to LifeVantage, just came on the market. And so it is just a great adjuvant to what we're already doing with our cellular health. It's just giving us that ability to thrive with the proper vitamins, the proper zinc, the proper minerals. But the really interesting ingredient is that fermented yeast. And there's actually over 8 studies and peer-reviewed research on the fermented yeast and how that is actually working with that microbiome and boosting our immune system. And as we'll get into with some of the products, the microbiome is actually 80% of our immune system is produced in the gut. And so that is when, LifeVantage really took an interest in getting products that were going to promote proper microbiome and gut health. And that's what we have with this brand new Daily Wellness. You can actually add it to your NRF2 prescription and subscription and make it a monthly actually savings by just adding it to that. So that is really, really exciting what we have with our product line. And I'm going to toss it back to you, Stephanie, because you have a really personal story with the Axio and some of the products. So I want to let you share that as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, so you guys, I had shared with you a little bit in the beginning about how I'm the mom of three boys, and our youngest came home in 2010. And you guys, we didn't know what we didn't know. But as he progressed in age, we saw a lot of developmental delays with him, and ended up being just, he has multiple neurological diagnoses at this point. And we were struggling a lot. And I was doing natural medicine. I had been to multiple naturopathic doctors. We were doing lots and lots of supplements, a lot of money being spent on healing this little boy. And we just weren't quite there. He did end up being on multiple medications, just to be able to make it through school. And I was introduced to these products, actually through a physician's office that I was working for at the time. And I was helping support his patients, and helping to reduce their inflammation. I was introduced to Pertandem. But I wasn't fully educated on it. And then thankfully, I began to get educated on it, and I received a phone call and was invited to listen to something just like what you're listening to tonight. And I thought, wow, why not? Why would I not try this on my son? And at the time, he was 6 years old. And, I had known what his body had gone through. And if I can open up any of those pathways and help his body to detox, which I thought that we were doing already. But again, remember when I talked about the synergy of the ingredients? That's what you're going to get with this. We had been doing some of the ingredients on their own, but we were still where we were at. When we began to use NRF2 activation, and specifically this drink called Axio, my son had really great results. We were able to experience more regulation, better sleep. He was more present. He was here. He was able to express his emotions better, and he was able to communicate with us better. And for us, it happened in a fairly short time, enough a short time where I was texting some leaders in the company saying, "What is this?" and tell me more information about it, because my son expressed some things that he had really had a difficult time expressing before. So I am very passionate, like Marilyn said, about Axio. It's something that we drink every single day, and it is really liquid brain food. It helps with regulation. It helps with focus, mental focus. You don't want to go a day without it once you've experienced it. And I would love to share my story a little bit deeper with any of you who have any questions about that. Just let me know. We also have the Vitality Stack, which is going to be the NRF1, NRF2, but it also has fish oil and also has probiotic in it. What's really special about that is that the probiotic with LifeVantage actually has a 60% delivery rate, because it has a specific technology called BioTrek technology. That's important for you to know, especially if you're a probiotic user. You need to know and you need to trust that the actual good bacteria is being delivered to your digestive system, so it can do the work that it needs to do. It also has a product in it called Wellmune, which also helps to balance the immune system. That, together with the daily wellness and the prebiotic, is so healing and so awesome for your digestive system. The omega-3s, it's important for you to know that not all omega-3s are created equal. It's also important for you to know that where the fish is farmed from or brought in from is very important. And then how quickly the oil is actually capsulated, because oil, it's alive, it can oxidize. And if it's not done properly, it actually causes more inflammation, where it's actually supposed to reduce inflammation. So it's really important that you know. And with LifeVantage's product, you can actually find out exactly what waters it was brought in from, and you can actually track it. And so that for me is just peace of mind, because I can't tell you how many people I've sat with and I've looked at their blood work and their omega-3s are off, and they're taking like the great big thing from Costco. Don't waste your money, you guys. Know exactly where your products are coming from. It's important that you know that. LifeVantage also carries a physique weight management line, which is going to be your prebiotic, fat burn, which typically I'm not a fan of any fat burning kind of products, because they usually have a lot of stimulants in it. They're kind of dirty, really. And that's not the case here with LifeVantage's product. It's super clean and it's a very natural. A lot of times people would get the jitters or racing heart. That doesn't happen here. And then we also have a very pure whey protein line, no casein, and the cows are grass fed. So it's pure and clean. Back to you, Marilyn.
Okay. Well, there, like we said, there's just so many amazing things about our product line. We could go on for days, but I love the fact that it's all rooted in science. NRF2 technology is at the base of almost every product that we have. And that is the case with this True Science skincare line. Now, the reason we do have a topical form of Protandim, because basically that's what it is if you do some research, you'll look up LSU study and Protandim on PubMed, and you will see the reason why we have a topical form of the NRF2 technology for our skin. Our skin is our largest organ. It gets the most free radical damage from the UV rays, from the pollution, from the water that's, the stuff that's it's around us. So it is so important to protect our skin. And I absolutely love our skincare line. It was actually revamped a few years ago and now is a 4-step system that is almost like a probiotic for the skin. It's a 5.5 balance of pH for the skin. It's a cleanser and a perfecting lotion without the alcohol. And then it also has a wonderful eye cream, and the anti-aging cream is just amazing. I use it, if you have burns, or if just sunburns, it's great on that. It's great just every day, all over your body. I bathe in this stuff. So absolutely love our NRF2 technology of our skincare line. Then there's also our True Science our hair care line that is also very non-toxic. It is Nerve 2 technology. We start with the base of the scalp, addressing where those follicles are and getting the proper nutrition to the follicles. So we actually have a serum that we've seen amazing results with as far as regrowth of hair. But we don't make any claims with any of these products. We know that we don't make any medical claims, but we just let your body do what it was designed to do with the environment that works best, and great things happen. And we have the conditioner and the shampoo. Again, if you go to the app called Think Dirty, you can download that app and it'll actually tell you what products that you're using and what their toxic levels are. From 0 to 12 is the rating. The lower the rating, the better the product is and the less toxic. And you'll be happy to know that the True Science hair care and skincare line both rate 0, 1, and 2. So very, very low in toxics. And we just absolutely love the smell, the feel. I've had so many great people give testimonies on our skincare and hair care line as well. We also have Pet Tandem, which so many of us for years were giving NRF2, the human form, the Protandim, to our puppies and to our horses and to animals, because we know that dogs have 7 times oxidative stress that humans do, right? So their cellular turnover is so much faster, and there is no placebo with puppies, right? So we had actually a German Shepherd that we were really dealing with some bad infections. I mean, she was on death's door, and back before we even had the Pet Tandem, we started giving her the Protandim, the regular human form. And we're actually going to have to put her down. The vet said, there's nothing more I can do. She's not responding to antibiotics. But after giving her the Protandim for 2 weeks, I kid you not, she was running around the yard chasing cattle. She lived another 16 months. And that was really when my husband said, oh my gosh, this stuff is real. And, because we felt good on it, but, we weren't sickly or anything. So it was great to see a puppy respond so fast and so vibrant. And that was a game changer. Now, some exciting news. We have a brand new technology coming in, a brand new skincare, adding on to our skincare line. There's like a body lotion, body butter, body wash, and it's all formulated with Nerve 2 technology, but also CBD technology. So there really is nothing like this on the market with both of these technologies. So clean, so good for you. This is launching in June. So stay tuned for this. We are very, very excited to bring this to market. So we could go on all day about our wonderful products, but the truth is, we share things we love. And that's why stories we share them. We share our recipes. We share our books. We share, a great restaurant. We share a movie, right? Because we want people to see it. We want people to read that book. But we are telling you about a product line that is so different. It is based in science, but not only that, this company started in the retail space. This product line was sold on GNC store shelves. NRF2 Protandim was sold in the stores, sold retail. And similar to what Stephanie was, she was a pharmaceutical rep, right? Well, that's kind of what this business is. It's a nutraceutical. We're telling you a story. We're telling you about why it's different, what it does. And that's exactly what this company did. They brought in an analysis to actually see if they should keep it in retail or if they should bring it to person sales or direct sales. And after talking to the advisor, he did a kind of a test market study, and they decided to actually pull the Protandim Nerf 2 off of the shelves and decided to bring it to person sales. And it's because, like Stephanie said, there's an ABC primetime investigative report that actually tells you where our story began. And it was in 2005 when that was aired and got the attention of all these universities and top researchers around the world that wanted to study our product line because they knew something that could address the cellular level and oxidative stress the way this could, that was a game changer. So that's when the research started back in 2005. And actually, this product has been used since 2003. But LifeVantage is an 11-year-old company. And it's kind of odd to say it, but, or not odd, but it's hard to believe that I've been in almost 10 years. In May, I joined with this company. And so that really shows you what a baby company we are. We are just getting started, and we're a secret around the world. We're headquartered in Utah. And like I said, because that research got out and we were a publicly traded company, we are on the NASDAQ. So we're totally transparent. You can go to Yahoo Finance and check our credentials. We are LFVN on the NASDAQ, completely debt free, and have an amazing board at our helm that's running our company. And we have so many things that just make us a different animal of a type of network marketing company. When you look at trends, especially now with the last year, how people are into two things: the trend of better health and wellness, and never in history have more people been more concerned, especially in this last year, of how their wellness is, how their health is, what can they do to stay healthy. And the trend also of working from home, and we'll get into that as well. But we have a $6 billion industry and a market in research that we have with our product line that is so unique. Over 300 billion in the anti-aging market alone with our activators. We don't just have supplements. We don't just have traditional antioxidants. These are turning on pathways. Nutrigenomics is different. And our skincare, we know that that's a $120 billion market, $85 billion in the hair care industry, 67 billion in pet care, 50 billion in energy. And ours is actually nootropics. It's a healthy energy. And then weight loss. We know people want ways that are smarter to address scientific ways to get their body to shed the weight. And so used to be cosmetics was the big deal. Now it's wellness. Over 32% of the industry is looking for being well. And they're also looking for ways to work from home, because in the last year, that has been the key, is how can you make extra income or make a living from home? We were all quarantined, right? Most of us were stuck at home. And unless you had a side gig or a way to earn extra income, this is a virtual office. I can work my business from my cell phone anywhere. And it's a low barrier of entry. People can get in for $1,000 or less. Social sharing. And like I said, it's what we do anyway. How many of us go on Facebook and say, hey, I'm looking for recommendations. Where do you guys, eat when you're visiting this town or whatever, right? That's what we do. Personal online store. And now we have an app on our phone that actually virtually we can work from our phone. We can text people a link. They can shop from their phone to our phone, totally virtual. We are not stocking a bunch of products in our rooms, in our house. And then we have a daily bonuses, we have travel, but so many assets, no inventory, and virtually a low cost entry or low cost to operate your business over less than $200 or less. You can have your overhead for your business. And these are some of the actual earnings. Since we are publicly traded, we have to be monitored by the FTC. The average annual earnings disclosure statement comes out every year, and these are actual numbers. If you think an extra $600 a month or an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month can help make you make some different choices in your life, then let's talk. Let's get back to the person that invited you to this information. Because if you're like me, I was working a full-time job. My daughter was in her last year of high school when I heard about this. My son was in college. My husband was a farmer raising cattle. He also had a plumbing business. I had zero time to do any other business. But when my friend came into my office and shared that ABC Primetime investigative report, and I was blown away by the science, the PubMed research. We have over 30 studies on NRF tube technology and with our branded supplement, Protandem or Activator. And so that alone set this apart to me. Plus, being with my background, my 30 years of radiology and mammography and breast imaging, I had just been to an oncology conference, learned about a new wave of the future of medicine, and it was called genomic research. And that was over 10 years ago. But I heard that this was going to be how people were going to match a therapy and a drug to their genome. And it was going to be personalized medicine, exactly what we're doing today with nutrition and activation with these supplements and these activators. We're actually upregulating good genes, downregulating bad genes at the cellular level. That's what nutrigenomics is. It was a no-brainer for me. When I heard about this, I thought, I am going to kick myself if I don't get involved now. This is a brand new trend in wellness. And so I wasn't really even thinking that I needed much money, extra money, but little did I know that this industry and this business was going to retire me from my full-time radiology job in just a few years. Now, everybody's going to do what works for them, right? We're not making any claims or any, medical or financial claims, but whatever you want to put into this, we can take your goals and help you get to that end goal, that what you want out of this, we can help you get out of it. So there's people in this business earning way above 10 to 15, 50,000 a month, 130,000 a month. These are monthly incomes that are real. If you look where in this chart would make a difference in your family, we know back in 2008 with the housing crisis that it was just an extra $300 to $500 a month could have kept someone from losing their home. We know right now there's a lot of people after losing their job for a year, a lot of people are stressed out with income and how to put their kids through college or how they're going to pay off debt. We know people are looking for a side stream of income. And really, we know that 80% of women out there earn over $100,000 a year doing a network marketing business. So that is really exciting. So you can be a customer and get a preferred rate, just like Stephanie and I do. We get a wholesale level of the products, but you can also get that with a business kit, and you get your own website for free. There is a $50 starter kit, but then you can pick whichever level you want to get in, as long as you have product to use for yourself and promote and sell. That this is a great time to get involved. Actually, when you think about it, there's over 16,000 or more in income credits that you can claim for having a home-based business. Now, thinking about the tax season coming up, do you want to have a home-based business where you can write your cell phone off and write off some travel expense or some you know, some of your business that you work from home. All of that stuff adds up, and that'd be a great way to have a tax shelter by having your home-based business. So anywhere from 350 to 1250, you can earn the same amount of income with any of these, but you get the better savings the bigger the kit you get, and you rank up faster. So there are some great perks to getting the biggest kit, but get in where you fit in. Ask the person that invited you to this seminar and this webinar, and she will help you and he will help you get your questions answered. So if you're like me, you're thinking, well, I have no experience and I'm not really a salesperson. You know, my background is medical imaging in breast and radiation and, you know, the medical field. I didn't really know anything about the network marketing industry or even sales for that matter. But I knew how to share with friends. I knew how to tell people how much I loved different things. And so I was intrigued with this industry. I became a student. I knew that if I just got in and I would figure it out as I went. And that's exactly what we do. We earn while we learn. This is on the job training. And I don't know if any other job that you've started, you've never known everything when you started day one. You've learned while you earned, right? And that's exactly what we do with this. And we have a support system. Like I said, we have this app, and now we have an actual digital assistant that actually talks to you through your text and helps you manage your business. So this company provides so much. And actually, when you get to the level where Stephanie and I are above the Pro 5 and up, you get to be part of, they actually provide an assistant for you to run your business. But we have a global support system, easy to follow, ITT, which means invite tool, and then using the team to help tell the story. We have regular meetings via Zoom right now, but in person once in a while. And then regular corporate events, trainings, incentives, perks. We're actually having an incentive trip right now that we can earn and go to Mexico in September. A lot of us are really excited about that, but private support of a community. And LifeVantage is a company that really has a lot of great success going on. We were voted the best place to work in 2019. We also launched into European markets, and we have Erin Brockovich on our board of directors. She actually sought out our company because she is so impressed. And you know, she is an advocate for clean living and healthy and natural ways to stay healthy. And so she was so impressed with our company. She actually came to the board of directors. And then we also have, you know, the Stevie Award that's been given out for our hair care. We're also have the Bronze Stevie Award that was given out for our Vitality Stack, so many awards. And then we also have been added to the Russell 3000 Index, but also just expanding globally. And we also got to ring the closing bell in January, last January 2020. And that is a huge deal because they don't let just any company do that. You have to have a lot of great things going for your company to be able to be invited to ring the closing bell. And that is exciting to know also that we're Jersey front sponsors of the professional Real Salt Lake soccer team. So we've got that exposure as well. But then look at all the different countries that we're in and growing, soon to be open in the Philippines as well. And then our company takes a work team and takes several distributors and work corporate staff. We go down once a year, build houses in Mexico. And then we also help with less fortunate of all around the world. We love to give back around this company, around our country as well, and internationally. So if you have your interest piqued, you think the products sound great, you maybe want some more questions answered, or maybe you just want to become a customer first. I mean, actually, I started as a customer. I took the product for 2 weeks and then I was telling everybody about it. So I upgraded to a distributor because I found out, wow, this is the technology that is the wave of the future. And I'm so glad I did, because now we're building a legacy, and we've been in for 10 years, and we're helping to build a legacy and asset to pass down to our grandkids. And And this is so, so exciting to be part of a brand new, globally expanding, network marketing company that has a mission to help people live healthier lives. So you want more questions answered, get back to the person that invited you tonight. And thank you for giving us your time, and have a wonderful evening. Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Great work. And
It's been
take care all. Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks, Janet.
Great job, gals.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Janet.
you all did a great job.